All right, 3, 2, 1.
What are we doing?
I was waiting for you to start.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right, we are headed to Woodstock Farm Sanctuary to spend the weekend hanging out with rescued animals.
Yeah, interestingly enough, we actually went to Woodstock Farm Sanctuary on our first date ever, and it is a year later, so to celebrate our anniversary, we're gonna go enjoy ourselves and take you along for the ride. So stay tuned. Alright, so we are hanging out stuck in traffic, but thankfully Hillary can text and drive.
No, we're not.
But we're still having fun. We are able to DJ, well, I'm able to DJ while we're driving. So I'll show you what I got set up. We got, virtual DJ right here. We got the auxiliary cord plugged in through here. And as you can see, it's a party. Alright, so we successfully made it. We are both very tired, so we are going to go to sleep. See you in the morning. Alright, day 2. We're about to head over to Woodstock. It is quite rainy out, so we'll see how it goes. Alright, so Hillary, can you tell me what you're doing?
I'm cleaning out this area for the show.
Do you think they appreciate it?
Yes.
So we have been cleaning out the, goat, sheep, and llama barn.
Yes.
We've been raking up the old bedding and then putting down some new bedding, but Hillary's hungry, so we're gonna head over to the gift shop and grab some food. both sold up on some food, and now we're heading back to help the animals. All right, so here we are. We just got finished with an awesome day of volunteering here at Woodstock Farm Sanctuary. We got Todd, animal caregiver, over here, and do you mind telling us a little bit about what Woodstock is, how Woodstock came to be, and what you do here?
We are Woodstock Farm Sanctuary, located in High Falls, New York. We have 350 plus rescued farm animals. We do our best to take care of these animals that came from all different situations, from hoarding to mistreatment to everything. We have a horse, we have cows, ducks, goats, pigs, what else do we have? Guinea hens.
We got a llama over here,
We
too.
have a llama over here. This is Todd, a llama. And a lot of sheep. And just amazing animals. We have an amazing staff here that just really cares for the animals, and with all the love in our heart, and really does the best we can for them, and takes their bad situations and makes them a great one.
That's so incredible. And now, if people are watching this and they want to help out, how can they get involved?
Just go to our website. You can volunteer. You can donate. We have a wish list on Amazon. So there's a million different ways. We love volunteers 365 days a year. All weather, no matter what, the animals still need to be cleaned and taken care of. So just either do that. We could go online to the Woodstock Farm Sanctuary website and you could donate. You could buy a shirt. Every little thing helps. And we have tours on the weekends. Anything would be wonderful.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Todd. And who's this little guy down here?
This is Lyle. Lyle's saying hi.
Lyle. We got Lyle down here.
And that's caregiver Gabby.
Caregiver Gabby over here. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Todd.
Thanks,
I really
Chris. I
enjoyed it.
appreciate all your
And
help
look who
today.
he's repping, the Humane League right here.
Gotta
All
love
right.
it. Gotta love it.
See ya.
Peace. Thank you.
All right, so we just finished up at Woodstock Farm Sanctuary, day 1. What was your favorite part, Hillary?
The goat Sam was very sweet.
Yeah.
And it was cool to see Todd and some other people that we know here. But yeah, just hanging out with the goats and sheep. And tomorrow, hopefully, we'll hang out with the pigs and the turkeys.
Ooh, that'll be fun. My favorite part was cleaning up after the animals and actually, helping these animals who've had a terrible life. Really horrible situations that these animals were a part of. And I'm happy to do my little bit to clean up after them.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, we are off to go get some food.
Look at all the little goats.
We'll turn this around so you can see these little goats.
And the animals are a little bit, they don't really like the rain either, the goats at least. The ducks are out there in the rain, they don't care.
Yeah, the ducks don't really care. Very cool. Food. All right, so we are in Woodstock, New York. We are about to go to Garden Cafe. It was highly recommended by all the people at Woodstock Farm Sanctuary. Check it out.
Alright, so for our appetizers, we have Indian chickpea blinis with cashew date chutney, tomatoes and sour cream, all vegan, and a corn chowder with focaccia. Can't wait to eat it.
How is it?
So good.
All right, so we just had an amazing dinner and dessert at Garden Cafe, and I'm here with server Sophia, and what was your name? Margaret?
Myra.
Myra. So, can you tell us a little bit about Garden Cafe?
Absolutely. So the Garden Cafe opened in 2015 on the 5th of May, which actually is this Monday. So it'll be 2 years ago this Monday. And the owner is Miss Leah. And Leah was actually my manager at another restaurant here. The restaurant here is what brought me to Woodstock. It was I've never been to Woodstock before, and then I randomly got a job at Oriole 9, and Leah was my manager.
Oh,
and
wow.
so few years go by after I get the job at Oriole 9, and Leah opens up the place. This was only that side of the restaurant.
Oh,
So
wow.
this whole side of the restaurant used to be actually a clothing store. Right here was the
Oh, wow.
changing room, and right here was the changing room, and we didn't even have a bathroom in our old place. You had to go walk outside the restaurant, go turn around, and go straight
my
into
goodness.
the hallway of an apartment complex up here, and that's where the bathroom was. Yeah,
Oh,
and she
wow.
lives upstairs. That's Marianne. She
Right on.
lives
And
upstairs.
to show you all what we're talking about, so we'll move over here. So this all was a clothing store, and then back there was the restaurant. So what are some of like the ideals? What kind of food do you serve?
Well, we are 100% vegan and 100% organic. Most of us are vegans and vegetarians as well. It's a lifestyle. It's our passion. We all have a passion for animals.
Right. Who doesn't? I mean, we just got done at Woodstock Farm Sanctuary volunteering all day.
great.
Yeah, and we're gonna go back there tomorrow.
Yeah,
So we
that's
definitely
awesome.
heard high praises of Garden Cafe, and
Yeah.
we're so happy to be here.
Yeah, we actually give 10% off of the members of the Animal Sanctuary,
Oh,
and
wow.
because of that, we're planning a trip on May 30th. The whole entire front of house staff is going to be going to the Animal Sanctuary, and we're going to be
cool.
enjoying lunch, and then we're going to go see the animals, and it's going to be super fun. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. We had this awesome trip to a farm last year that like pretty much changed most of our lives. The beautiful animals, and it's just really we're thankful that we take so many trips.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, definitely thank you so much for being here. We
Absolutely.
love that you serve vegan food. And definitely, if you're ever in Woodstock, New York, check out Garden Cafe.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Bye.
See ya. All right, we just had an amazing meal. So good. We're going to say goodbye to Garden Cafe. Bye. All right, now we're off back to the Airbnb. We're going to get some sleep, watch The Office. Are we going to do anything else?
No.
Let's see you tomorrow. All right, so now while I'm waiting for this coffee to finish brewing, I want to talk about farm sanctuaries. What they are, why I like them, and so on and so forth. So, what they are, farm sanctuaries are places where animals from factory farms that have been rescued, or animals that have been rescued from horrible neglect and abuse cases, such as like backyard butchers, animal hoarding situations, get to go live out their lives free of distress, pain, suffering, and fear. And when these animals go to the farm sanctuaries, they're taken care of by paid staffers, by volunteers, and by donors who support those farm sanctuaries. As you know, we went to Woodstock Farm Sanctuary, where you heard from Todd and Todd's perspective, but I wanted to give you my perspective on why I like farm sanctuaries and why I think they're an amazing tool for animal activism. So, growing up, for me, I ate meat most of my life. I'd never met a pig, I'd never met a chicken, I never met a cow. It was really tough for me to identify with the animal that was on my plate. I grew up hearing myths about, animals being raised on Old MacDonald's farm, thinking that they were treated well. And when I was exposed to the horrors of factory farming, I was completely shocked that this information could be hidden from the public. And what farm sanctuaries do is they have these animals, they care for them, yes, they rescue them, but these animals serve as an ambassador for all of those animals who are not lucky enough to escape the horrors of factory farming. So when people, they come on a farm sanctuary tour, they come to volunteer, they actually get to meet cows, chickens, pigs, turkeys, sheep, goat, etc., and develop a personal connection with them. Because we all would be horrified if what was happening to animals on factory farms were happening to dogs and cats that we share our homes with, because we have that personal connection. So farm sanctuaries are great because they allow people to develop a personal connection with animals that they might not have ever been exposed to, like myself growing up in Metro Detroit. You know, I knew more about cars than I did about chickens. So farm sanctuaries are great because they're a great educational tool. People actually get to make a personal connection with these animals. You get to meet some wonderful people on the tours along with you who are at one step or another on their vegan journey. They may not be vegan, they may have been, you know, long-time vegans and they just want to go back and help out. But I highly recommend it. If you're interested or have never been to a farm sanctuary, please go check them out. Woodstock Farm Sanctuary in New York is a great one, but if you just Google, you know, farm sanctuary and then your state, you should be able to find ones that are close to you. That being said, one of the downsides is that just at Woodstock Farm Sanctuary, they have, I believe Todd said, 21 pigs. All right, 21 pigs living amazing lives, but at the largest pig slaughterhouse, they are killing 32,000 pigs per day. So they're providing great lives to 21 pigs, but yet every day 32,000 pigs are dying as a result of the modern American and global diet. So we put a lot of money. It's really expensive to provide the highest quality of life for these individual animals, but for the positive that it provides in terms of exposing the horrors of factory farming to people, to educating, to making that personal connection, and just giving people an enjoyable experience with these animals that'll make them reconsider what they put on their plate. I think they're a wonderful educational tool, as I mentioned a moment ago, but they're incredibly expensive. Nearly all their budget goes to just providing care for these animals. And money is always tight. If you're thinking about starting a farm sanctuary, take Susie Costin's course on what it's like to actually run one of these places, because it's extremely difficult. You know, funding is always hard to come by. These animals, they often need veterinary care that's very, very expensive, and it can be quite overwhelming for an individual if they don't know what they're doing. So consider it before you thinking about starting a farm sanctuary. You know, as Catherine said yesterday, you know, just because you can host a dinner party doesn't mean you can open a restaurant. And that's the same thing, you know. Just because you can provide care for one animal doesn't mean you can open a farm sanctuary. So reconsider that. But what I like is, you know, the education, the personal connection that people get to make, the exposure, the fact that these animals get to serve as an ambassador for all the animals on factory farms, and you get to learn what it's actually like for these animals on a day-to-day basis in an ideal condition. Downside, it's horribly expensive, it's hard to find volunteers, so the volunteer management is definitely a big aspect. Veterinary care, you've got to know people who know what they're doing with these animals, because there are more people who can treat cats and dogs and, you know, exotic birds than there are for farm animals. So luckily Cornell gets a lot of the requests for veterinary care, and if you're interested in providing veterinary care for farmed animals, Cornell is a wonderful school. But you'll be seeing more. It is a beautiful day outside. We're going to make use of the light and go see the pigs, chickens, turkeys, and maybe actually go into the field with some of the sheep and goats. So stay tuned. Coffee is just now done, and keep a watch on.
Let's go play with pigs.
Alright, we're back at Woodstock Sanctuary, day 2. And today it's a very nice day out, so all the animals are happy, they're outside, and we're gonna go hang out with the goats right now.
Check it out. Now this is something you didn't get to see yesterday. The goats actually in the field. Look at how much space they got.
So turkeys are really sweet, but as you can see, these turkeys came from industrial farms where they've been de-beaked. So these turkeys have been de-beaked, which is a really painful process because their beaks is how they like see the world, and it makes it harder for them to eat also. Like when I give her grass, well, she's not hungry right now, but it makes it a little harder to eat. And then this one's also been de-toed. So you can see this one has its toes and this one has some pretty bad feet. Oh, hey. But they're super sweet.
And now, are these the same turkeys that people eat for Thanksgiving?
Yes. They've been bred to grow so big. They have a lot of health problems.
What would you say to someone considering getting a turkey for Thanksgiving after seeing these animals?
Oh, well, if you like see them, they'll like take naps in your lap. They're very sweet. You can tell that each of them has a unique personality. So I don't know, I feel like eating a turkey is sort of the equivalent of like eating a dog or a cat. A lot of people just don't know about how turkeys are so sweet, but they all have different personalities. Some are sassy, some are shy, some are very vocal, some are more quiet, and they like to have friends and families and safe lives too. So
Yeah, I mean, these ones seem pretty good together. What would you say?
yeah, they like each other. And they're really beautiful too.
cows just got done with a nap and now they're walking around a bit.
Like this one wants to say hi.
But cows are so gentle. They really just sleep all day, chew their cud, hang out. So it's totally crazy that people eat them.
I heard they're like big dogs.
They are like big puppies. They're just sleeping, minding their own business, just want to live a peaceful life.
The infamous clock. All right, so after seeing the cows, pigs, turkeys, what else do we see today? Rabbits. We are concluding day 2 at Woodstock Farm Sanctuary. How was your day?
It was so nice. The weather was perfect. It's starting to rain a little bit now, but it was so nice and warm out. All the cows are enjoying the rain. But yeah, it was a super nice day.
Awesome.
And we're gonna head into town and get some vegan mac and cheese.
Vegan mac and cheese. And if you want to go check out Woodstock Farm Sanctuary for yourself, let's go this way. If you want to check out Woodstock Farm Sanctuary for yourselves, be sure to make a trip. They do amazing tours, just like
so easy
right here.
These days to make a very simple replacement as far as food products go. When you're
Very knowledgeable tour guides. They're so excited to have you here, and it's definitely a wonderful experience. But off to vegan mac and cheese. Alright, so we're just packing up now at the Airbnb. Highly recommend it if you're ever going to Woodstock Farm Sanctuary or just even in the area. We definitely recommend staying here. It is amazing. Give it a little check out. Big screen TV, wonderful kitchen. Hillary will not be included. But great master bedroom. Felt really comfortable, so comfy. You can find the link in the comments below or in the description below. 10 out of 10, no doubt. But we have to pack up, hit the road, and before we hit the road though, food. Check out this amazing backyard, you know, like who wouldn't want to stay here if it wasn't raining? Beautiful view. I hear that the sky is amazing. Alright, so we made our way to New Paltz. We heard there was a really good restaurant called, what's it called?
The Commissary. It's part of Augusta's Luscious.
The Commissary, and they said they had really good food, so we're gonna go check it out. And this is kind of a cute area. Check it out. And as you can see, they got a bunch of different shops all around here. If you go around the corner, you'll see more shops. And then we've got the Commissary just right there. So, after eating at the commissary, after an awesome weekend at Woodstock Farm Sanctuary, we are now making our way back from New Paltz, New York, over to Boston. Hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out Woodstock Farm Sanctuary on Facebook. Go ahead and give them a like. If you're interested in helping out some of the animals, maybe throw them a few dollars. If you ever make it out to Woodstock, definitely stop by Garden Cafe, stop by a commissary. How was the mac and cheese, Hillary?
So good. And they have all these chocolates too.
Yeah, grab some chocolates. Hillary's indulging her sweet tooth. But until next time, see ya.